Howdy everyone, this is Joey, your adequately okay dungeon master. We have a bit of a short episode this week to lead us into the new year and to give me a bit of breathing room with publishing. We're going to do a bit of a recap to bring everybody back up to speed, and then Mitchell, Roy, and Jeremiah and I are going to talk a little bit about the D&D mechanics side of their characters, after which we'll set the scene for next week.
Welcome to Falcon's Reach, a city in which magic is technology. You're listening to Adequately Advanced Magic.
Alright, so I'll take us on a quick recap because it's been a couple of weeks since we've done the main campaign. Niclaus and Hyrkir, the two of you set off with Audrey, Constance, and Gobsu to find the address located on this incredibly tiny sheet of paper. On the way there, you bump into Olivia, the ghost, that only you guys could see because you were lost.
Oh, good old Olivia.
And in the process of resolving that particular issue, you bump into Sirius.
Sup?
You participate in fending off a robbery with Sirius.
Yeah, you guys fight off some Knoll robbers in a convenience store. Soulsmart.
Soulsmart.
And coincidentally, the three of you are headed in the same direction.
Whoa!
Real movie magic.
Who would have thought? The three of you find the address of Hyrkir, and it turns out it's a weird sort of private detective agency / civil rights lawyer setup. I don't really know what word to use there.
Organization, maybe?
Organization?
Yeah, just spitballing. We can workshop it later.
And you meet Alistair, the lawyer, and Tiger, the rabbit, who you met previously in episode 2.
Tiger, the tactical rabbit.
Tactical rabbit. Their little office is located in a mixed-use plaza, and they agree to help you find out what happened. For Sirius, that's to find out what happened to your dad, and for Hyrkir and Niclaus to find out what happened to you when you were floating around in magical science tubes. In the meantime, Annette, the landlord of the plaza, gets you set up with an apartment, but it turns out there's a Knoll gang that is trying to forcibly buy the place from her. She asks you to... She requests that you protect the plaza. And invites you over to dinner. You guys split the party to figure out what to bring to dinner, and I would like to remind you guys that you still have this pemmican that you forgot to bring, or mention.
You can eat it later.
It lasts forever.
It keeps forever.
Season 17. Well, we're starving, but we have this pemmican I have in this pack.
Remember Peck in Season 2.
We were still on the planet before we got transmigrated and isekai'd. Because we came up with more outlandish reasons for us to stay together.
But yeah, eventually you guys figure out what to bring to dinner, and you head over to hang out with everybody. A dust method attempts to ruin the occasion, but you fend it off. And you spend the rest of the night hanging out with everybody and sort of getting to know everyone. And after a heavy night of drinking, the three of you pass out.
Seems right.
And that's where we are now.
I believe we were coming up with plans to protect this plaza.
Yeah, we'd done some recon, I think, before the dinner party to try and get a bead on some of the gang dynamics.
Yeah, it was the plunderers, the kings, and the rats, right?
Yes, that sounds right.
And the gnolls that were bothering Annette were the plunderers?
Which I think were the big bad of the...
On the block?
Yeah.
So is this the next morning, Joey?
Yeah, the three of you wake up a little bit hungover, but possibly from all the fresh food that you've eaten, you guys also level up.
I feel terrible and great at the same time. Feel like I can swing my baton twice in 6 seconds. It's crazy.
And we're going to take this opportunity to sort of go over everybody's character sheets and sort of like the classes and the races and so on, because we've never really done that before. So everybody's level 5 now.
Yay.
There's much rejoicing.
And how about Roy? Do you want to go first?
Sure. So I'm Roy, and I play Niclaus, and he's now a level 5 sorcerer. Aberrant Mind, so he's got kind of voices in his head, which we haven't seen come up recently. I'm sure that's not a problem. And a lot of his spells are psychic damage and control spells, and things like Dissonant Whispers or Mind Sliver. And other than that, he's just a normal human who used to work for the corporations. And right now his armor class is 12. He's a very easily hit character. And as far as
rest in peace, Jack. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Currently at 42 hit points, not too bad, because his constitution's at 18. The second highest ability score after his charisma, which is at 20 now after our improvement at level 4. Going down the ability scores, next highest is intelligence, 16, dexterity 14, wisdom 11, and strength at 8. He's not very strong. But other than that, he has some proficiencies in arcana, deception, insight, investigation, survival. Kind of built around his mage abilities and his former work in the corporations.
Have there been any spells that you've had to get specifically to sort of adapt to the setting?
Well, I got a few choosing Aberrant Mind that don't have visible effects, like Mind Sliver. Dissonant Whispers, those are just kind of things that people hear. It's not like a big flashy spell like Fireball, which I think would kind of advertise the fact that he's casting spells rather than using Magitech, so I've been trying to pick spells that are a little more discreet in their casting.
Yeah, just as a reminder, the people casting magic in this world is pretty rare because you can just buy it nowadays.
Yeah. Fortunately, I did just get a spell as part of the Aberrant Mind subclass. Is that a subclass? Yeah. Called the Hunger of Adar, where a gateway to the dark place between the stars of unknown horrors appears in a 20-foot radius. So that's not as discreet.
I'm very excited for that one to make an appearance.
As you go up in level, the spells do get less discreet. It's true.
Yeah, so that's going to be used when no one's going to report back what they saw. So,
well, when you use it, no one's going to report back.
Exactly. That's the plan.
All right, Mitchell, what do you got?
Okay, what can I say about Sirius? So, my character's Sirius. She is a half-elf paladin. Joey kindly allowed us to level up to level 5. Very exciting. When I was joining, I asked Joey kind of, what the makeup of the party was and any areas he thought, they can use. And he was just like, yeah, the other two are squishy.
Not wrong.
So I was like, okay, I'll focus on something that's defensive and kind of buffing. And so Paladin was what came to my mind, and then I was like, well, what would a paladin be in the modern day? And I figured police officer would work. And I also found that interesting because of the party's complicated relationship with police in the city.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Authorities, yes.
So I thought that could be fun. So her abilities, she's not very violent, and so I chose the Oath of Redemption, which I think is kind of not a black sheep paladin subclass, but it's definitely an interesting one because it's focused on peace and resolving things peaceably, but also on protection and things like that. So she has abilities to, if somebody attacks somebody else, I could kind of have their attack rebound on them. Later I'll get an ability to absorb attacks that are done against other people onto myself.
Yay.
Yeah. I have a channel divinity that makes me more charismatic, called Emissary of Peace, which, based on that wording, it would be to diffuse a situation like I did in the episode with the Souls Mart where the police showed up.
After the violence.
After the violence happened. Yeah.
Peace through violence.
Yeah. So, violence is necessary,
For true
but only only as a last resort, which is quite frequent.
Only as a first, second, or third resort.
Yeah. I don't kill people, but I enable my friends to kill people. Yeah, she's a limited spell caster, as paladins are. I chose a lot of things that are buffs, so like Bless, Shield of Faith for AC, Sleep to put enemies to sleep, which I feel in this game has like a 40% chance of working at any random time.
I mean, it worked really well on, who was it? The,
Jack himself.
Willie's character, Jack.
Gopsu and Audrey.
It was Gopsu and Audrey. Yeah, that's what it was.
They didn't need to see what was about to happen. And then there's some new ones I chose, like Lesser Restoration. So I have a lot of heals and a lot of ways to aid people, like Aid and Fine Steed, which I'm excited to use.
I can't wait for Fine Steed.
That was just a fun one. So
in this modern world, what do you plan for your steed to be?
we were discussing it being some kind of rideshare or something like that, which I think fits. Because it takes 10 minutes to cast, so that's basically, the amount of time it takes for your Uber to get there.
Yeah, we wish.
Yeah, that's true. Not today, but in the long ago.
In the old days.
Yeah. She also has some offensive abilities, so she has a quarterstaff and a warhammer, which I've flavored as like a police baton or something like that. And I guess in terms of stats, her two highest are Constitution and Charisma, which are at +4. And then her next one is Strength, which is +3, because paladins need like 3 different abilities to be useful. And then everything else is kind of either +1, -1, or +0. And she's good at athletic things, so she has athletics. She's weirdly intimidating because she's so tall and has such a force of personality. And because she's in the police, I gave her some investigation skill.
So tall.
Yes. She's a big lady.
Didn't we end up saying that she was like the same as pretty close to Hyrkir and Niclaus?
Maybe, I don't remember. In my mind, she's like a tall person.
Gotta make her extra tall.
Like so dang tall. You have no idea.
What's her legit official height?
Yeah, on the wiki, you mean?
Yeah, on the wiki.
It's either 5'9" or 6'0" or something like that. I don't have it in front of me.
You should probably have it on your D&D Beyond. We're not sponsored by D&D Beyond, but if D&D Beyond wants to sponsor us...
Did not put that on here. I would have to go into the Google Drive to find that. But definitely 6 feet or higher.
Or higher.
Or more. Yeah.
An endless range of possibilities.
Yeah, endless. Is there anything else interesting about Sirius? She's heavily armored, so AC of 19. She's designed to protect the other... Yeah, she is... Well, with her shield. She's designed to protect the other two. In conclusion, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Which we reskinned as, like, police equipment.
Yes.
She's got, like, a riot shield strapped to her back.
That's actually, like, how I imagined it. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the plexiglass ones.
Yeah, she just sort of, like, appropriated that. I don't think she's supposed to have that, but she appropriated it.
The late fees on that.
What is it, the library?
You gotta, like, check out equipment.
I don't think they charge you for having it.
Hey, we live in a corporate world with corporate interests, okay?
Yeah, they have to buy their own equipment. They lease to own.
Yeah, you gotta rent it. Lease to own.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. She's also an idealist in a very, like, soulless corporate world, which I think is fun.
I feel like we lied to her about something, but I can't remember what it was.
Many things, I'm sure.
Oh, it was something... I killed something and I dumped it down in the traffic street. I don't remember what it was. Was it a person?
It was the thing
It was dust method, I think.
Yeah.
The method. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so let's see, what did I give her for insight? Not a lot. So we keep having... Oh yeah, she has -1 insight. So we keep having these, like, deception battles that I keep losing.
Yeah, Niclaus' deception is +8, so...
Yeah, which probably facilitates smoother sailing.
Yeah.
Alright, Jeremiah, tell us about Hyrkir.
All right. Hyrkir is a half-orc druid, level 5 now, along with everyone else. He is part of the Circle of Spores, so he is very much into lichens, life coming from dead things, mushrooms, as if you've been listening to this, you've probably twigged on to. So that gives him some special abilities through some spores that hang out with him. His top attributes are wisdom and constitution, because he is a little squishy, and wisdom is his spellcasting attribute.
How wise is he?
17 plus 3.
Very wise.
Pretty wise. Which is
So
good.
wise.
Anything else? His spells tend to be focused on nature-y type things, sort of urban nature-y type things, and healing, because this is D&D, and Lord knows you need healing.
Thank you.
So that's sort of his focus. Otherwise, he's really good at medicine. Plus 7 for that, with a bonus from, if you remember from season 1. I think it was season 1. He did.
right.
He did an overnight DVD or tape or CD thing to learn to learn some medicine.
Self-hypnosis things.
Yep. His AC is 12. He's squishy. He's got 44 hit points right now because I just rolled really well for my
Oh, nice.
Nice.
5th level HP. So keep the healer around a little bit longer.
Was there any particular reason you chose the mushroom route?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing in the city, and it made more sense to do an urban type thing. And also played into sort of the class differences in Falcon's Reach. He's from a poor section of the city, so, there's growing up in abandoned buildings, losing his parents, so it's sort of like a thing he could kind of do on his own and learn about, and, he had a mentor who taught him a little bit about some of these things. That sort of became an escape for him, something he could sort of run around the city and do, and no one would really bother him. And so that's, his personal interest and ongoing druidic interest in sort of the smaller aspects of life in urban environments. And again, the stuff growing life from death type thing.
I'm just glad you didn't pick the conjure animal route.
Oh no!
Oh my God! There's another herd of deer running through the city.
If you think our combat drags on now,
Yeah. Gotta roll dice for the 8 deer that appear.
All right, you can just summon rats again. That's all that's here. Just more rats. Although if I could summon some of those giant rats that we cleared out of Hortense's place, I mean, it'd be pretty nasty. Anyway.
So I love the classic D&D trope of losing your parents.
Yeah.
I think we had a marginal decrease this time around.
Yeah, mine's just missing, not dead.
Hyrkir
Jack's parents were
assumes your
dead.
dad's dead.
Niclaus's parents are alive, but just in not the city.
Either that or in a tube somewhere being experimented on.
It's casual tubes.
For some reason, that had it was a seminal event in Hyrkir's life.
What's your favorite spell so far, or ability?
I've really, as you may have noticed, had fun with Infestation, so I haven't gotten to use some of and Flame Blade. Those are definitely my 2 favorite spells.
Infestation is from the newer book.
Yeah, I don't know where it's XGTE. Xanathar's
Xanathar's
Guide to Everything, yeah. But it is a delight as a cantrip, so I can just cast it on people as much as I want.
Oh, I didn't realize it was a cantrip. That's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
Wow. I didn't know it was a cantrip either. Pro DM here.
Who's your favorite player / character?
Think carefully, Joey. The correct answer might be Jack.
Yeah. I do. I did tell Willie. Me and Willie are high school friends, so every time I go back for the holidays, I usually see him. I did tell him that he is missed on the podcast just for his
He is.
sort of subversive sense of humor sometimes. But yeah, I'm not going to answer that question.
I'm just joking. Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to. I mean, if he ever wants to do a one-off thing, that could be fun.
Joey
Yeah,
can do a tell-all as a Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Just get it all out.
Roy, what books are we using? What do we have so far?
So yeah, I have a number of the paper copies of the books, but on D&D Beyond, which we're kind of using for our character tracking, we did get some source materials. Is there a way to view all of them? There's gotta be.
Yeah, Circle of Spores is from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Oh, so it's not from Xanathar's?
No, the spell, Infestation is from.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here's what we got. We got Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Volo's Guide, Sword Coast Adventurer's Guide, Xanathar's Guide, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron, Acquisitions Incorporated, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and that's it. So maybe like a third, a fourth, a quarter of all the source books.
As if we could ever afford all of them.
One day.
Just in time for 6th edition to come out.
I suppose this is time to plug the Patreon, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, time to grow that Patreon.
All right. Is there anything else that we should mention?
We're doing our best, everybody.
I don't think so. I think there was something I was thinking of, but I don't remember what it was. Oh well.
We're sorry for being gone for so long, but we're back now.
Oh, what's everyone's background? Yours was police or something, right?
So you're talking about like mechanics.
The character, yeah, the mechanic background.
I chose soldier because I couldn't find police officer in the list of backgrounds.
Huh.
And I figured
thought it'd be like a militia thing or something.
I think it falls under that, but I'm not sure.
I think soldier they use as a grab all for that kind of thing.
Yeah, there was City Watch, I think, was one of them.
Oh, well, that might fit better. If that's actually a thing.
I like how you're a paladin, right? But then one of my personality traits is I put no trust in divine beings.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a lot of fun together, I think.
Ideals. I have a dark calling that puts me above the law.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really good.
Bonds, there's evil in me. I can feel it. It was never be set free. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. You just have to keep doing really well on those deception checks.
What background did you pick, Jeremiah?
Hermit, which
that fits pretty well.
Fits with where he was.
Somehow not surprised. What about you, Roy?
A haunted one.
Huh.
He's got really big bags under his eyes. It looks like he never sleeps.
Those who look into your eyes can see you have faced unimaginable horror and that you are no stranger to darkness.
Best friends.
Olivia pops out of nowhere and just like, boo.
Correct.
Basically. Just every time I'm about to fall asleep, she's like, so what do you think about crepes?
Damn it, Olivia!
Listen, I just have some ghost friends that really like baked goods. And it's just like her head floating on top of the floor.
There's like a cake off in the distance.
Yeah.
as if Niclaus doesn't have enough voices talking to him.
It's like a ball rolling downhill. Once you've got a couple, though, you're just going to keep picking up more on the way down.
It's true. What's just more the merrier, right, at this point? Maybe they'll start talking to each other and leave me alone.
All right. Well, with the three of you leveled up, the three of you wake up.
I feel powerful.
In your apartment. And you find yourselves in like very weird and somewhat compromising positions. It seems like at some point during the night, someone dragged you back to your place and just like threw you, just threw you in and let you figure it out.
We did not figure it out.
Yeah. Niclaus, where are you?
I'm in the tub. I managed to take all of the towels that were in there and fashioned.
It's one towel.
And blanket.
There's a hole in it.
It's like a nest. Yeah. So that's just where I'm like curled up in there.
It sounds like a personal experience kind of thing.
He like turned on the hot water to create steam.
So he's just passed out in there.
All right, Hyrkir, where are you?
He's like still in the living room, curled up like behind a chair somewhere.
Are you like cuddling the chair?
No, he's like, this is a good place to hide. It's probably not a good place to hide, but that's like what his brain was thinking at the time.
All right, what about you, Sirius?
Sirius is like half on the bed and half on the floor. So like there's the bed and like her legs and like the lower half of her is like on the bed and then like on the floor on her back is like the rest of her. And she's snoring very loudly.
From down in the courtyard of the plaza, the three of you hear the smashing of glass.
What?
And what sounds like the screams of some orcish housewives.
Oh no.
I think Sirius drank the most, so she's still asleep.
Niclaus is like literally like rubbing his eyes. He's like, Hyrkir, was that you?
Hyrkir's like super alert, but like not really alert, but he thinks he's alert. So he's like standing up and going toward the door to figure things out, but he like trips over something. Over the chair he was hiding behind. I heard broken glass.
Oh, wait, do you think it's the Knolls? Niclaus is now wide awake.
Pretty good guess.
As you say that, you hear the cackling of gnolls in the distance.
Sirius throws her pillow. Sirius throws her pillow at Hyrkir. Can you guys please keep it down? My head's pounding. Everything hurts. The world's on fire.
The gnolls are attacking. Get your stuff. Hyrkir's like on the floor, having tripped over something, saying this.
Niclaus is like stumbling out of the restroom.
I like flip over myself, like feet first. I'm like, ugh, this is the gnolls? Okay.
I think so.
I get dressed
Niclaus is already fully dressed.
in his business
Yeah.
suit.
What is everybody's like clothing situation?
My tattered, like, urban lichen camo clothing, as usual.
Niclaus is in like his one suit that he still has. That he's just prestidigitating every day, which he does prestidigitate as soon as he wakes up.
I mean,
Clean, just bare, dead bare.
Sirius hasn't gone back to her apartment and was not expecting to not go back to her apartment. So she had one change of clothes and her full police uniform. And she's wearing her full police uniform now because it's time for justice.
How long does it take for you to get suited up? Because like you actually did say that you were in casual clothes from the previous night.
Well, yeah, we had to go to dinner.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What is the donning time for that?
What is the donning time for police uniform?
Yeah. Because you're slapping on like the armor, right?
If we're going into, okay, what'd she do? If it is something where we have to act fast, I guess she probably would just run out there. So never mind. She's wearing her casual clothes, which is a nice t-shirt and jeans.
I thought you had like a shirt.
Nope, she goes shirtless.
Okay,
This is the fan service episode.
I'm very bad at describing clothing.
I don't remember exactly what you had, but I thought you had like a shirt.
Sure.
For some reason, I didn't write down Sirius' choice of wear in my notes. It's oversight on my part. I'll make sure to record that from now on.
Anyways.
Okay, it takes 10 minutes to don heavy armor, so she's going to wear her casual clothes.
Can we get it done sooner if I help her?
She's like, I don't need your help.
Okay, well, we'll just keep on then.
Yeah. And what do you guys do?
It's a black shirt with jeans.
Hyrkir is heading out the door.
Niclaus is stumbling afterwards to the elevator.
Sirius grabs her shield and weapons and goes.
Yeah. The three of you run out of the apartment and heads towards the stairs and head towards the sound of the commotion in the courtyard. Hey guys, it's Joey again. Thanks again for listening to this week's episode. If you're liking the podcast and happen to be listening on Spotify, please do give us a rating. And also, always feel free to connect with us on Instagram or Twitter at AAMagicPod. We'll have a full-sized episode next week, so we'll catch you guys then.